We're constantly bombarded with the next big thing in fitness, the latest training fad, the secret marketing strategy. It's a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Every week there's something new, promising results.
But what if the real power to transform your gym business, to truly drive sales and build something lasting, lies in something more fundamental, something often overlooked?
That's exactly what we're digging into today. We're looking at a white paper by Jim Thomas, focusing on core leadership principles.
Right. We're extracting the key ideas that he argues separate thriving gyms from those that, well, struggle.
So if you're listening and looking for a real understanding of what makes a fitness business tick, maybe you're strategizing or just catching up on industry insights.
Or maybe you're just curious. This deep dive is definitely for you.
Exactly. Forget the quick fixes for a minute. Jim Thomas's work zeroes in on how effective leadership acts as, like, the bedrock for everything else.
It's about understanding that the way you guide your team has a direct and, frankly, powerful impact on their performance.
And ultimately on the health of your business. So our mission here is to unpack those key leadership insights from his paper.
We want the actionable nuggets, right? The things that translate into real sales growth and long-term stability in this fitness world.
Precisely. And we'll be exploring 5 foundational principles that Thomas lays out. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it. Okay, the first principle is be present. Now, my initial thought was, well, yeah, you have to be there. He means more, doesn't he?
He does. It's much more than just occupying the same physical space. It's about active engagement.
Okay, so what does that look like? And what are the benefits?
Well, when leaders are truly present, interacting, being visible, approachable, it reinforces company values in real time.
Okay, makes sense.
And it lets you pick up on subtle cues. You can spot potential problems, things that might block sales, much earlier than waiting for a report.
Ah, like seeing friction points firsthand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe most importantly, it creates this supportive environment where people feel seen and heard.
Yeah.
Val
That makes a lot of sense. It's the difference between the owner who's, locked away in their office all day
Right.
and the one who's actually walking the floor, connecting. Thomas gives some really practical steps here.
Yeah, things like scheduling daily walkthroughs, even short ones.
And sitting in on some sales consultations or tours each week to really get the member experience.
Yes. And using people's names, asking about their progress, little things, but they matter.
It's those human connections, isn't it? Active listening and team meetings, too, he mentions.
Absolutely. And the ripple effect is fascinating. These acts of presence, they build trust.
And the key takeaway.
Thomas puts it simply. Presence builds trust, and trust drives sales. When staff see you involved, understanding their challenges,
It builds that shared purpose, encourages open communication.
which is just vital for a thriving sales environment. You can't really fake presence.
All right, let's dive into the second principle. Manage the task, not the person. This one really hit home because, well, I think we've all seen it go wrong.
Oh, for sure. Where a struggling employee just gets negative feedback, but no real path to improve.
Exactly. And Thomas points out that poor management is a huge reason gyms lose good salespeople, and members too, actually.
It really is. The focus needs to shift. Instead of criticizing individuals, you need to analyze and fix the processes.
Look at the system, not just the symptoms when sales aren't hitting the mark.
Precisely. It's about the how, not just the who.
I like the examples he gave, the wrong way. You're just not closing enough. So unhelpful.
Right, compared to the right way. Okay, let's review your last 5 tours. What steps did you take after the walkthrough?
It's specific. It's about actions, behaviors, things you can actually adjust.
That's the crucial distinction. So the action steps Thomas recommends involve implementing clear benchmarks for the sales process.
Like what exactly should happen when, follow-up timelines, number of contacts.
Exactly, defining those stages. And conducting weekly pipeline reviews, seeing where prospects are in the journey.
So you can spot bottlenecks in the process.
Yes. And when you do have those conversations about underperformance, frame them around facts and behaviors. Observable things.
Not judgments about their personality or ability.
Right. The core idea here is that clarity creates confidence. And confident teams, they sell more effectively.
It's about setting them up for success through the system.
And continually refining that system makes total sense.
Okay, principle 3. Be your authentic self and do the right thing. This feels really relevant today, doesn't it? With everyone trying to project a perfect image online.
It absolutely does. Authenticity, Thomas argues, is a key differentiator now. Staff, members, they can spot fakeness a mile off.
They value genuine leadership, not some scripted persona.
Exactly. They want leaders who are real, transparent, And importantly, act with integrity.
So what does that look like in practice? He gives examples.
Yeah, like admitting when a marketing promo just didn't work, being open about it.
Or canceling a contract if a member was genuinely misled, even unintentionally.
That takes courage, but it builds massive trust. Also, being transparent about tough decisions or policy changes.
These things might not feel good short term, but they build that long-term goodwill and loyalty.
Absolutely. So the action steps are things like actually writing down your core values and sharing them, making them real.
And letting your leadership style align with your actual personality. Don't try to be someone you're not.
Be you. And reward integrity, even when it might cost a short-term gain. Recognize people doing the right thing.
Because the underlying principle is,
People buy from people and brands they trust. Authentic leaders build trusted brands. Simple as that, really.
moving on to number 4, really care about your people. Seems obvious, maybe, but how does it directly link to sales?
Thomas makes a really crucial connection here. How your staff feels directly impacts their commitment and motivation to sell.
Okay, unpack that a bit.
When your team feels genuinely valued, supported, heard, they become more invested. It's natural.
They're more likely to go the extra mile, like with upselling or follow-ups.
Exactly. Not just because it's their job, but because they care about the gym's success. They feel like they belong.
He gives some concrete examples of how to show you care, right? Beyond just saying it.
Yeah, very practical stuff. Publicly recognizing wins, team wins, individual wins, celebrating success.
Offering flexibility when someone's dealing with personal stuff, showing some humanity.
Investing in their development workshops, books, training, showing you believe in their growth.
And conducting meaningful one-on-ones that aren't just about KPIs.
Yeah.
Asking about their goals, their aspirations.
Seeing them as whole people, not just, sales figures.
So the core idea is that sales are built on connection.
And that connection starts internally with how you treat your team. Genuine care creates a positive environment.
Which then ripples outward to how they interact with members and prospects.
Precisely. A supported team is a motivated team, and a motivated team is better at building those sales relationships.
Okay, finally, principle 5. This is one I think gets easily overlooked in the daily grind. Take care of yourself too.
Yes. And it might seem counterintuitive, linking self-care to leadership effectiveness, but Thomas makes a very strong case.
How so? What's the connection?
Well, think about it. If you, as the leader, are constantly running on empty, burnt out, stressed, what message does that send?
That overwork is normal. That well-being doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It normalizes burnout. Effective leadership, Thomas argues, involves modeling healthy boundaries.
So prioritizing your own recovery, learning, and knowing when to delegate.
Yes. Showing that it's okay and actually necessary to take care of yourself to perform well long-term.
The action steps here are pretty direct. Things like actually blocking time for your own workouts.
Practice what you preach, right? Joining business masterminds or peer groups is another one he suggests for perspective and learning.
And unplugging, really unplugging for a full day each week. That's tough for many gym owners.
It is tough, but crucial for recharging and trusting your team. Really delegating responsibility.
Which also empowers them, of course. It's not just about you getting a break.
Absolutely. The conclusion is pretty clear. Healthy leaders create healthy teams.
And healthy supported teams are the ones driving consistent sales. It's not selfish, it's sustainable leadership.
It's fundamental to long-term success. You can't pour from an empty cup, as they say.
So when we pull it all together, these insights from Jim Thomas really hammer home a point. Leadership isn't just a soft skill.
No, not at all. It's not secondary to the gym business. He positions it as the engine.
The engine that actually drives sales and long-term success. It's not just about marketing or equipment.
Exactly right. These 5 principles, being present, managing tasks, being authentic, caring for people, and self-care, they aren't just separate tactics.
They work together.
They're interconnected, part of a whole leadership approach that builds trust, creates clarity, and fosters a motivated team.
And those are the essential ingredients for sustainable sales growth, for building a business that lasts.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Listening to this, you might consider which of these principles could make the biggest difference for you right now.
Maybe it's being more present on the floor. Maybe it's refining those sales processes.
Or maybe it's finally committing to taking that day off each week. It's definitely a powerful framework.
And applicable well beyond just the gym business, I think. Anywhere people and performance matter.
Absolutely. Lots to chew on there.